Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, Talk Tuesday. We are at the straight road in the sun today for our first walk. We'll be doing another one a bit later. It's a busy day today. So we have Phoebe, Murphy, Tucker, Cody, Hamish, Nova. And today's topic has come requested because with these new variants and stuff, it's very prolific. What do you do when you are in isolation with your pup? This theory is like you shouldn't be walking around or doing anything fun. So you're basically in your four walls in a yard. And to be clear, the Stride protocol when it comes to if you test positive for COVID is your dog is off walk too, just to make sure everybody is super safe. Now I know I use my own gear and I sanitize regularly, but there's not much information out there really about the variants. So just want to keep you guys, all our families safe. Okay, so you're in isolation and your dog is confused. So there's many different things you can do. This is an excellent time to train your dog to do different things. Tricks are a good option. So there's tons of videos on YouTube. Like, figure out a trick you want to teach your dog. Start with a basic, like, shake hands, give paw. And then build from there. And you can use treats to do this, or you can use food. I would start everything. Sorry, I'm talking and I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting dog footage too. Guys, let's go. Go, go. Go, go. Thank you. I would start right off by having them work for all of their meals. You've got the time now, right? You may as well. And you can solidify things like recall, teach them a proper heel in the house, make obstacle courses for them and teach them what each obstacle is. A great use of shipping boxes, I must say. I've done that a couple times. We built a tunnel and, hey! Contrary to your colors, you're not a cow. Get going. You're fine, Cody. Go on. Yeah, so if your recall isn't that solid, start with recall drills. And that's find like the longest area in your house. Have them sit in front of you. Use your release word, be it break, free, okay, whatever the word is. And send a kibble down as far as you can. They will chase after the kibble, eat the kibble, and then call them back. Have them come to sit in front of you, give them food, and do that a bunch. That'll build your relationship because you're making them work for food. And it'll also really solidify that recall. Like, I have done that drill with Murphy thousands of times. So, quick story time. When we first adopted Murphy, I did the rookie mistake. Now keep in mind, I had been working with him for a little bit. He just, I see that shoulder drop. Phoebe, thank you. We were debating making a choice to roll in bird poop. Which is a hard pass for me. But, sorry. Yeah. So I had been working with him for, it took several weeks, if not months. Phoebe, too far. Thank you. And I took him to the dog park, and of course, been working with him, right? His recall is pretty solid. Let him off leash. Would not recall. It was a new park. honestly, I hadn't had him long enough. I knew better. But what ended up getting him back is Murphy has this thing he has had ever since I first got him, is where if I drop down and I say, "Where's my Murphy?" he immediately runs at me like full bore into my solar plexus. So you have to be prepared when you use it, but that's how I got him back. And then of course we worked over the next several months to solidify that recall to make sure that I never had to go through that again, because it was terrifying. And we weren't even like, it's not like we were in a dangerous place. We were in a, Cody, absolutely not, thank you. We were in a dog park, like it was pretty safe, but just the idea of like maybe he runs out into the parking lot or something like that, that was enough for me to work on it. So yes, even Murphy at some point was just a normal dog. So we have done that drill thousands of times. Another thing to work on to solidify your commands is working on them with distance, distraction, duration. So whenever you think you have a command down, so sit, for example, is your pretty basic beginner command. Yeah, it is too warm for him to be wearing his PJs, so he's just going to be dirty until about November. This is my dog. Yeah, okay, let's carry on. That's the Bull Terrier, if anyone was wondering. English Bull Terriers, it is traditional. It's the white dog curse. Anyway, so using sit, for example, have your dog sit and then wait before you give them the treat. Give it a little bit of time or duration, right? And then gradually try to work your way up to a minute. See if they can, and keep in mind that is really hard for dogs. So if you're struggling with it, do it with down first. Because that's a lot easier for them, is the down. So, and work your way up to sit. And it's basically like you have them sit, you give them 5 seconds, give them the treat, break, send a kibble off to wherever. Make sure in between reps that you're having them do something different. And using your release word. A release word is very important because it teaches them that they have to stay in that position until you say break or free or whatever. And the reason that's useful is if you build those in, you don't need to say stay. You just say your command, do whatever you need to do, and then release them. They don't need an additional command. So you can do drills like that. And of course, there's also enrichment things. So basically anything that has them use their brain, whether it's learning a new command, polishing up an old command. Hey, Mesh. That was funny, sorry. Okay, I look behind me and he's just looking into that area and backing away swiftly. So whatever it is, that's a hard pass. Especially since turkeys really like this area and we don't mess with turkeys. They're crazy. Okay, there we go. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, enrichment activities, and like training is enrichment, but you can also have food-based ones like snuffle mats, slow feed bowls, Kongs. My biggest tip when it comes to all these things, and I think what I'll do is I'll do a separate video showing you what each thing is, but my biggest tip is to freeze them because they will last a million% longer. No. Like ideally, you want, hold on, I'm tangled up here. No, do not, yes, good girl. And then this way. Yeah, good job. Okay. You want it to take at least 20 minutes for them to finish it off, right? And if it's just like, say you're using peanut butter, and if it's just peanut butter, it's honestly gonna take them like 5 minutes to lick that out. But if it's frozen peanut butter or yogurt or pumpkin or whatever, it's gonna take a heck of a lot longer. You can also do their meals like this, like if you have a slow feed bowl, or honestly even a stainless steel bowl. Add a little bit of water or something in there, whatever you want. Throw it in the freezer, and that'll keep them busy for a while to get their food. You can mix some treats in there with it too to sort of make it to make it more appealing too, to keep them going at it. And remember, like, they will do it, and then once they stop, take it away. Like, even if that means there's a little bit of food left over, you can either pop it back in the freezer and give it to them a bit later. Trying not to trip on this guy. But yeah, licky mats and frozen things will do the most. Even like when I give Murphy marrow bones, I give him them frozen, so that it takes him a heck of a lot longer. Actually, we're in the season, he might actually get one. I usually only feed them marrow bones, or I guess I only feed him marrow bones when he can take it outside, because I just don't want to deal with the mess. Nova, can we? Thank you. My dog. Hi. Hey, how's it going? Let's go this way. Here we go. And that's sort of the food category. So I will attempt to do ideally another video today. Being said, we're kind of crazy today, so it might be tomorrow. I'll do a bonus video and I'll show you some of these things. You can even, using things at home, make your own food puzzles. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of money to make these things happen. Snuffle mats you can even make yourself. If you have some fleece at home, or even like buy fleece online, whatever. You can buy the snuffle mat, but if you want to keep dogs and kids busy, you can have the kids build a snuffle mat and go from there. And you don't really need to use fleece, like you can use other fabrics. Or to do a basic one, take a towel, make sure it's old and ratty, like take a dog towel, don't take your guest towels. And like put a little bit of kibble and fold it in, and then put more kibble and fold it in, so that they have to work their way through it. Now, make sure when you're doing any of these that you are supervising your pup, because the very last thing I would want is for them to swallow some fabric. If they're known for eating socks and stuff, don't do this with them. But it's fun to see how long it takes them to work it out. And it's a really simple, easy thing at home. And I think I have a video. Oh my gosh, we're going on 15. Okay, I'll wrap it up. I do have a video about how to DIY your own target and how to start target training. And target training is basically like you have a yellow object on the end of a stick. I use craft foam, but it really doesn't matter. Ideally, you want a bright color. It doesn't necessarily have to be yellow. I've just always used yellow because it translates into other training. And you basically teach them to touch that target, and to touch that target equals food. And then you move the target around, like that's why it's on a stick. So you can send them out, you can put the target on something and they have to touch that thing and then come back to you. And that can translate into a lot of fun tricks as well. So I will try over the next couple of weeks to do some enrichment idea videos. And if you guys have any things that you do with your dogs that you find they really, really like, feel free to share so everyone can get some ideas. And I'm gonna wrap it up here. Sorry, it's a little bit longer than normal. Cody, stop being a jerk. Thank you. And I just realized I have like the blonde brigade here, except for Murphy. You're the wrong color. That's gonna be a fun picture to set up. Anyway, we'll see if I can do that. So, as per usual, if you guys have any questions about this or any other video, you know what to do. I hope you are having as much fun as your dogs are. And we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.